And now let's go to a very interesting story. It's been underreported, but I think you'll find it fascinating. So, the second most powerful man in Russia is a guy named Sergey Lavrov. That name ring a bell? He's the foreign minister, but he's Putin's buddy. I mean, right, joined at the hip. He's at the United Nations, all right, and he says this about Tucker Carlson. Go.
Perhaps it would be useful to consider how things are with freedom of speech in the United States. I've heard that Tucker Carlson has left Fox News. It's curious news. What is this related to? One can only guess. But clearly, the wealth of views in the American information space has suffered as a result.
All right, so Lavrov said that because Tucker Carlson opposed the Ukraine situation. I'm not going to say he took Putin's side. I don't think that would be fair to Mr. Carlson. But he's skeptical of our support for Zelensky and Ukraine. All right, I think that's fair. The Russians seized on that, used it on their state media. All right, he's a big guy, and he doesn't think that Ukraine is worth fighting for, and it got extensive coverage in the Soviet Union, in Russia. Okay, so that's why he said what he said. All right, continue with the media a little bit. This is interesting to me. So, a lot of you have cable. I have it, and I use it for a whole bunch of purposes. My bill's about $220 a month. And I don't watch the dopey channels. Someday I'm going to bring you in my little cable, what's on that night. It's insane. I wouldn't watch these shows, and the list of them is just, but I need it for internet connections and all of that. So anyway, Americans don't want to pay the big cable bills anymore. And when I left cable news, there was a lot of cord cutting. And now when Carlson has left 6 years later, there's more. So this is before Carlson left. In the second half of 2022, people without cable became the majority of television watchers. They're cutting the cord, okay? They're buying streaming services where they get a selected batch for a lot less money. And this data is out, and this does not bode well for the big corporate media, that's for sure, because the big corporate media owns the cable news services and the shows that go on there, all right? And they have a hard time, because Americans know they can save a lot of money by going out of that and going into different areas, okay? So the stats are the stats, but the share of cable and satellite TV subscribers is now 48%. All right, that's down 6 million in a year. Okay, so pay TV subscribers have dwindled, actually, in the last 10 years, from 96 million to 70 million. 26 million a bill. Interesting, right? The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today, and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com. Please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.